morning. Today we're going to make a dried cherry almond tea cake. We're going to make it this mini loaf pan, and this would be perfect to serve with afternoon tea. So I have these dried Montmorency cherries from Aldi, and then I also have some dried Bing cherries from Trader Joe's. So I'm going to mix the two. And then we're going to have a light brown sugar, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, sliced almonds, almond extract, butter, eggs. So I'll start getting everything mise en place and show you how to make it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can bring you more recipes. Thank you. Here we have our mise en place, and I just wanted to point out to you that these are the Bing cherries and these are the Montmorency cherries, and they are a bit moist. However, since we are going to dry this, I think it's best that we rehydrate the cherries. So I'm going to put these into a liquid measuring cup that's microwave safe, and I'm just going to cover this with water, cold water, and then put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then I will strain it and blot it dry with a paper towel. So here are our cherries. They've been rehydrated, and the paper towel is going to blot them dry. The cherries are kind of big, as you can see. So I don't want to cut them though, because we're making this as a little tea cake and we'll slice it. But if you were doing this, let's say as a muffin, I would want to chop them up a bit smaller. Now here is our butter, and it's been sitting out so it's soft. If you can do that to your butter, then you can start making your recipe. If you take your butter out directly from the refrigerator and it's not softened, just put it in the microwave for 15 seconds until you can do this. We're gonna get it into our mixing bowl, and with our paddle attachment, we're gonna beat it until it's soft. Our butter is softened, and make sure you scrape off the paddle with your spatula, and you want to get everything off. Also, if it's stuck to the side of the bowl, make sure you scrape it down. And then we are going to now add in our 1 cup of light brown sugar, and I measured it is 7.50 ounces. So if you're using a scale, 7.50 ounces. We're going to put it back in, and on low speed, we're going to mix it together until it is completely mixed in. So again, once you've got the butter and sugar all completely mixed in, turn off your machine, scrape the paddle off, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and then we're gonna add the eggs one at a time, 1 egg at a time. If they both fall in, don't worry. It might just take a little longer for it to completely mix in. When you see that the egg has been completely incorporated, then you can scrape down the paddle and add the second egg. And again, we're going to mix it on low speed. Now while that's mixing, I'm going to mix together our dry ingredients. So here's our 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, our 1/2 teaspoon of salt, our 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, our 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and we'll just stir that together so it's ready to add. I'm adding in the 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. It smells wonderful, so good. So again, scrape off your paddle, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and now we are ready to add in our dry ingredients. We're gonna get them all in at once, and you're gonna mix them on low speed. Before the flour is completely mixed in, we're gonna add in our cherries, the rehydrated cherries, and we'll mix those, get every little bit in. And lastly, we'll go in the almonds, because we don't wanna break them up. Those are sliced almonds, and they'll break up into little pieces if we mix them too long. So first we'll add the cherries and mix those in. And again, you see I still have some flour not completely mixed in. I'm gonna add in my almonds. We do not wanna overmix this, because if you overmix the flour, the gluten will develop and then it will become tough, and we won't have a nice, light, tender tea cake. So make sure you're mixing all these ingredients, and only afterwards do you get it all completely mixed in. Wait for the flour to disappear into the mixture. So as soon as you see all the flour has been mixed in, that's when you're gonna stop. And we're gonna get everything off the paddle and weigh it into our mini loaf pan. So I'm gonna spray this with some non-stick cooking spray, just a light coating. And then I'm gonna scale it, and what I wanna do is I wanna fill it 3/4, but I wanna make sure everything is uniform. So I'm using my scale, press tear to get it to 0, and I'm gonna fill up to the line that I want. So I'm putting about 9 ounces in each mini muffin tin, and I'm gonna yield 4. So we're gonna get those into a 325-degree oven, and I'll see how long it bakes for. Now before I put it into the oven, I'm gonna brush it with our 1 tablespoon of melted butter, so a nice ample brushing of butter on the top, and then sprinkle it with our 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. And this is gonna make this really nice sort of like sugar crust on the top of our cake. So we have 4 of these loaves, so just make sure you spread it out and it goes on top of all 4 loaves. And then we're gonna put it into our 325-degree oven and bake it until it's nice and golden brown. It's about 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna put this in, set the timer for 10 minutes, rotate, check it after, again, another 10 minutes. And how do we tell if it's done? I'm gonna insert a cake skewer into the middle, make sure it comes out clean, or even the tip of a paring knife into the middle, and we wanna make sure it comes out clean with no moist batter on it. I'm gonna get these 2 on the half sheet pan here and get it in the oven. Here they are right out of the oven. I already tested it. Make sure you put a tip of your paring knife in, and if it comes out clean, no batter on it, it is done. You can see how nice and beautiful golden brown they are. And so let me just test this one too. Make sure I put it in and the tip comes out clean. I'm gonna let these cool, and then we can unmold and slice it and taste it. Here is our adorable dried cherry almond tea cake. I'm just gonna unmold it, and I sprayed it with nonstick spray so it comes out on nice and easily. And now if you wanna make a bigger loaf, you can just make 2 instead of 4 out of this, but I like to have the small tea size shape, and then just cut a piece. And what you can do is you can put a nice piece of butter right here, or cream cheese. I like to serve it with tea. Sometimes you can dunk it right into the tea, and it is absolutely beautiful. Look at all of the cherries and the almonds inside of it. I cannot wait to take a bite. For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel, and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.